distinguished speakers, it's really a pleasure for me to have you in Ukraine, to have you in Kyiv. As far as I understand, this is the first ever visit in this kind of great company of speakers of our close friends. Second one? Second. Perfect. But probably in my capacity as the Prime Minister, the first one. I'll double check. Oh, it's really first for you. So first of all, let me praise and commend the efforts of your states and of your governments and of your parliaments and of your countries in support of Ukrainian territorial integrity and Ukrainian sovereignty and Ukrainian independence. We truly appreciate your contribution and your strong stance against the Russian-led aggression. I would deliver a strong message to your parliaments. First of all, thank you for the parliaments of EU member states for the ratification of AA and DCFTA, and non-EU member states for your political, diplomatic and economic support of Ukrainian economic reforms and of Ukrainian fight for our freedom and for our independence. We have an enormous agenda to discuss, and once again, we do believe that interparliamentary cooperation is of crucial importance. And I strongly believe that the way your parliaments interlocute with our parliament is the best way how to deliver the best, I would say, practice of your countries to Ukraine and vice versa. For my country, it's of crucial importance to have both political and economic stability, and political stability mainly lies in the parliament, among the coalition members and among the coalition factions. So I will kindly request you to have a separate meetings with all factions and all possible and even impossible MPs to convince Ukrainian legislators and your lawmakers to be in line with a very strong pace of reforms, further pass legislation which is needed to meet all criteria for making Ukraine a prosperous and successful case story. So once again, pleasure to have you in Kyiv. And let me hand over to Latvian Deputy Speaker of the House.
Thank you. This is a real pleasure for me and our colleagues to be here in Ukraine, and indeed, this is the second such an NBA, Nordic-Baltic Network speakers meeting here in Ukraine within one calendar year, and this is really symbolic that there is such an importance for us, showing that we are friends of Ukraine and that we are supporting Ukraine, and therefore also all the meetings today we had with our colleagues in the Ukrainian parliament, we had discussed the nice issues, the nice questions, and also the hard ones. So being all knowing that we do not recognize and continue to condemn the illegal annexation of Crimea and Sevastopol by the Russian Federation, and we praise the persistent efforts by Ukraine to implement the Minsk agreements, and we also understand that the ceasefire violations make the necessary decision-making politically complicated, but we, as the representatives of our parliament, would like to discuss the reforms, how you, as the Prime Minister, see that. The lawmakers were telling that they are almost passed all the laws necessary. There is only the problem with the implementation. So I hope this meeting is also giving us some answers regarding implementation. Thank you. So the next, who wants to take the floor?
They told you that they passed all legislation which is needed?
That the major laws are passed.
That's a new story for me. They failed to pass practically 65% of the legislation which was introduced by the government to the House.
Great. So
but I believe that you, with your support, we will make this much more successful and speed up the process.
You see? You can do this.
Thank you. Thanks for the media.